Welcome to the Book of DarkRaven, featuring myself, the DarkRaven, a gamer turned teacher turned gamer, a teaching gamer, or game teacher, if you will. Since my first game on Commodore 16 25 years ago, I knew that gaming would be my life, a lifestyle I embraced and have never regretted. I mastered game after game, console after console, moving from the Commodore 16 to Commodore 64, then to Amiga, all whilst gathering the console of the time on the side. Now I humbly decided to share my knowledge with the rest of the world. Rejoice, world. So, here we go. As a first chapter, I give you FTL, Faster Than Light, a space simulator focusing on crew and subsystem management, rather than first-person dogfighting. It was developed by Subset Games, an indie company who set FTL up on Kickstarter, where they bypassed their goal by far. It was released on September 14, 2012. The game features a satisfying amount of events, space combat, and interaction with alien species from a top-down perspective. Well, let's get started with the gameplay then, shall we? When you first start the game, you will actually hear the part that made me fall in love with this game, the music. I know it's silly, but it reminds me of the old school games, and it pretty much made me fall in love with it, only from the title screen. You have the menu, the usual choices. Tutorial is actually quite helpful in this game, and stats for bragging rights. But let's go with new game. Here you get the ship overviews. You start out with Kestrel, but you unlock new ships through events and achievements in the game. But let's go with the Kestrel. You can rename it, and you can even rename your crew and change them from male to female if you would want to do that. But I'm not gonna do that. Then at bottom you see the compartments, and they're marked on the ship as well. You have medic bays, you have weaponry, engineering, oxygen tanks, and shields. Losing one of them usually ends in a horrible way to die. Well, let's get started. Here you have the story of the game. Yeah, it's not that deep. You're to bring data from, well, somewhere to the Federation fleet, because they need it. You're supposed to make it there alive. You're not supposed to spend too much fuel, so it's important to plan this or be lucky. There's lots of luck in this game. By assigning different crew members, different compartments, you actually boost that compartment. And some of the aliens as well give you bonuses such as free energy for the department. Up there you have evade and oxygen levels. When you move your characters around, you will actually see evasion change if you move them to engineering and cockpit. Those are based on your evasion chances. By putting people in shield and points in shield, you get a blue dot for every shield level you gain. And this is your life. At top you are doing well, and at the bottom you are space debris. This is your currency of the game, scrap. You buy parts for the ship, or you upgrade it, or you can even buy crew if you manage to find a store willing to sell them, however weird that is. Here you have the reactor output, how much energy you have to spare, and here you have the different compartments where you can increase your power for. This is your weapon systems, and those can be activated depending on how much energy you have. Let's leave them unactivated right now, since we're not actually fighting anyone. As long as you keep your oxygen and your engineering and your cockpit alive, there's a chance you'll get away even if you start to take a beating. Lose one of those and you'll either suffocate or, well, get stuck. Well, let's make a jump and I'll show you the map. This is the beacon map. You are where the little spaceship is circling the square, and unvisited locations are shown in yellow. So let's make a jump and see what's waiting us. Well, here you see the event or ships or what's going on in this part of the sector. Let's see here. Oh, well, sure. Let's go have a look at this Mantis war camp. Mantis is one of the alien species in the game. The quest system is quite simple. You pick a quest and the quest marker is placed somewhere on the map. So let's make another jump and see if we can make it there. A meteor field. This is actually, well, asteroid belt, but still, same thing. This is actually quite bad. An unmanned assault craft. Well, it wants to fight, so there's not much to do about it. Let's do this. Combat is quite simple as well, though. You simply click the weapon, and you click where you want it to shoot. Meanwhile, you take beating from the asteroids in the field, and from the ship firing everything. Oh, there. Oh. Well, lucky hit there. I lost my engine. Well, that's so crap. Okay, I have a breach as well. As you see, the crew members are Oh, fire. Well, that's okay. We're still alive. Oh, there goes the cockpit. Well, I'm returning fire at least. Yeah, whilst if you have a crew member near any of the damage areas, they will try. Oh, there goes the guns. Well, there goes a crew member. This might be one of the shortest gameplay of my life, actually. Yeah, 3 hull left. Well, it's been a pleasure serving with you, Kestrel. That said, this is why I love the game. It's hard to master, lots of fun, and even the deaths are amusing and unexpected. Well, here you have the game over screen. Well, easily explained, you have the score, how much you made, and you're being told you died. Yeah, that's pretty much it for gameplay. Let's see the alien species next. Well, let's have a look at the ships and crew of the Federation, shall we? We have humans, which are nothing exceptional really, obviously. We have the Kestrel, which met an unfortunate accident. It has another... Each ship have another setup as well that you can unlock. Here we have a Mantis, who's good at combat but has less hit points than others. We have a Sultan, who are beings of energy. They sort of remind me of the glowing ones from Fallout. Well, here we have a cloaking ship. Well, it's one of the Federation's high-tech vessels. I really never liked it, but some do, I guess. Here we have the Mantis's own ship of choice. Pretty much set up for boarding action and close quarters. As you see, they have a little fun device that only works for Mantis. Helps them close range and tear people apart. Here we have the NG. They are a peaceful sort, really. They prefer to stick to drones. They're not really meant for combat at all. If you actually get one of your crew members stuck in close combat, try to pull him out as soon as possible. They're good at engineering, though. Here we have one of the Federation's other ships with a built-in artillery. Right, there we go, artillery beam. That's a gun that's actually installed one part of the ship. And we have a Rockman here. Never really seen Rockmans as anything but evil if you look to the old Star Trek movies. Here we have the weird ones of this game. We have slugs. Yeah, that's correct, slugs. Well, they have a telepathic power that works pretty much like a sensor. Even when you lose your sensors on the ship, you can keep track on the enemy. And they have some fun stuff as well. I keep wondering what would happen if James T. Kirk would have run into one of those. Would he ever try to bet it as well? Who knows. The rock ship. Not much to say about that. And here we have the Zoltan ships. They have special shields. You will learn to hate them. This ship is one that took me the most to unlock. It's a quest that requires quite a few flags, and you get crystal people who are an overpowered version of rockmen, really. And yeah, those are the ships and the crew of the Federation. So what do I think about this game? Well, the graphics are good enough for a game of this type. The music is wonderful. Well, I really loved it. One of the reasons I fell in love with the game. There isn't as many sound effects and animations as one would think, but those there are sufficient enough. It's got good or even great replayability due to unlocks of ships and second tier setups, as well as the galaxy being random each time you restart, making every adventure different. So, what did I dislike about the game? Well, the time limit. I know it has to be there, but still it stops you from exploring a bit. And the rebel fleet isn't as hard as one would think, but it still makes it impossible to visit any planet that the rebel fleet has passed by. Also, I would like to see a bit more interaction with the crew of the ships. But then again, I love interaction between my crew or group members, no matter what. What do I like about the game? Well, it's hard. There is permadeath. You screw up, you die. Simple as that. It's addictive, and there's a lot of unlocks. And yeah, it actually makes you lose a lot of time before you realize it. So, yeah, I would definitely recommend this to anyone who's not stuck on today's easy peasy games or Care Bear attitude. Old school gamers would love this. People who actually want a serious game, go for it. It's definitely worth a look. That was FTL, Faster Than Light by the Book of DarkRaven. If you enjoyed what you saw, I would love a subscribe. There will be more reviews and some gameplay videos in the future. I'm going to do a gameplay video of Faster Than Light, so please write in the comments which ship you would like to see me crash and burn with. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.